my apple tree, and it is getting heavy with fruit here. So you can see some of those branches are dead, probably because they've been snapped because of the weight of all the apples. We'll pick these today and we're gonna make something with apples. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Today we are going to make some apple turnovers, little handheld apple pies. We're gonna need a few things first. Here's our pie crust, some cinnamon, sugar, brown sugar, butter, and then a pinch of salt. And we got a bunch of apples to go through. It's apple harvest time. Let's make the filling and we'll get right into it. We're gonna start off with a couple apples here, about 4 or 5. And we're going to peel them and quarter them. The peeler actually works better than the paring knife. Surprise, surprise. Then we're just going to quarter them and core them. Once we have them quartered and cored, we're just going to dice them up. On a medium heat, we're going to add in 2 tablespoons of butter. And like I always say, buy the good stuff. Life is short. We're going to get this to a nice toasty golden brown, and then we'll add in our apples. Now that my butter is getting a nice nutty golden brown, we're going to add in our apples. Oh, see a core there. Pinch of salt, which is about, I don't know, maybe a quarter teaspoon, I should say. This is where you have a little bit of preference. Once you start adding in and these things start to cook down, get a little bit soft, it's up to you. What do you like? Do you want it a little bit more crispy or do you want it more soft? I'm going to go with a medium softness, and that will be my filling. Got a 1/4 cup of white sugar here. Then we're going to add in 4 tablespoons of brown sugar. Then we're going to add in 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Of course, any of this you can change around according to your personal preference. If you want a little bit more sugary, more cinnamony, however you like it. Same with the cook down. If you want your pie filling to be a little bit more soft, you can do so. If you want more crunch, you can do so. You do you. Once your filling becomes to the consistency and texture you like, pull it off, let it cool down for a little bit. Depending on how liquidy your apples are, you might have to put in a little bit of water into the pan to deglaze it. But these are pretty liquidy. Nice and gooey, caramely, sugary niceness. You guys could smell this. It smells so good. Beautiful, beautiful. Come here, you little guy. Come here. Oh, it just doesn't want to behave. Haha! Before you get started, here's our pie crust. And if you haven't seen that video, do check the link down below somewhere. Let your filling cool down. And also set your oven to 400 to preheat. Why? Because we need it preheated once we get things going. Why? Because you want your oven nice and warm. And this thing is as hard as a rock. It has been sitting overnight, so we probably want to pull it out just a little bit before. Let it take off the chill so we can spread it out. Why? Because we want to make food pies. Because this thing is still so cold, just trying to quarter it a little bit, take that chill off, and this will allow it to warm up just a little bit more. But it is a butter crust, so you do want it firm. And what we're shooting for is about 8 inches around, give or take. Doesn't have to be perfect. These are hand pies. Now that we have our pie crust laid out. This might take a little trial and error. As you see, there's my error of how much filling do you put in. So I tend to always put in too much because I always want to have a lot of the gooey goodness and you name it. So I'm going to try and attempt to do this not too much. Then we're going to fold it over and try not to break your pie crust. And we're going to leave a little bit of space all around. The first step is to just push it in, pinch it, pinch it, pinch it all the way around. The second step is to fold, fold, fold. And this is why you want this little extra bit, so you can actually take that and fold it in, fold it in, fold it in. Now your folds might look a little bit more pretty than mine. Depends on how much you do that. You can see it's already starting to crack a little bit. Okay, now that was the second step there. Now the third step is to take 2 fingers and then your other finger and you crimp it, crimp. And this will give you that nice traditional looking hand pie crust. Alright, now that this is all done up, you have to put in some ventilation holes. So if you don't, this thing will just blow up, all your pie filling will go everywhere, and it will just not be fun. So put in nice ventilation holes for your crust to go. Now these can get a little bit delicate, so if you have a dough cutter of any type, you can have that assist you. Put it on your parchment paper, ready to go. All right. Now that you have all your hand pies made, last step, if you want, you can put an egg wash on it. After we put on the egg wash, what we're going to do is we're going to pop it into a 400-degree preheated oven. I hope that you listened to me and preheated your oven. And we're going to set that for 25 to 30, maybe even 35 minutes. However nice and crispy, golden brown you'd like to see it. This one over here exploded on me. I had to turn it upside down because it was getting all leaky, but it will taste the same. It's just got an extra big ventilation hole. So why don't we just ignore that one? Don't look at that. My egg wash is a simple egg wash. It's just egg and just a tad of milk. We're ready to go. In the oven, 400 degrees, 25-35 minutes. Look at that. Nice and beautiful. We did have some of that pie crust explode, especially this one. We knew that one was not going to be great. Yeah, we're going to ignore that one. Look at that. I'm going to go for the busted one first. I'm guessing that's going to still taste the same. Oh, no, tragedy. All right, that's it for today. Hope you enjoy the recipe. Let me know how it works out for you. Till next time, stay relaxed and keep on living. You like that?
Yeah.
I know, it's getting a little melty. All right, let's try the ice cream. Well, let's try the apple pie first. How about that? Is it good? I'm gonna try some too. Mmm.
I don't like.
Okay. There. You get a little bit of everything. That bite. Oh.
No, this one.
Yeah.
This one, this one.
Here. Yeah. You're gonna have to drink that.
Come on, it's full.
No, I dripped it on me. Here.